And the first thing I think to do is to push the bear off the ledge it's standing on, and it will hopefully release my dog. And somehow, thank God, it works. Honestly, the only thing I had in mind was to protect my dogs, and that's what I did.
She deserves epic status for life. Wildlife officials don't want you to touch a bear, though, if you come face to face with one, but they do say you should make a lot of noise just to scare it away.
I have watched this video probably 30 times, and I still am like, is she going to be okay? I can't believe she did that.
And then you see the cub at the end kind of come back on, like, what's going on? The mom just kind of ran away after that.
Unbelievable. A major festival announces it's returning. The Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival is resuming in next year. The event's going to run for 2 weekends in April, with early ticket sales starting Friday. Coachella was forced to delay the festival multiple times because of the pandemic and public health officials in California.
Uber says drivers are returning back to its platform. The ride-hailing company says the week of May 17th actually marked a new record for returning drivers since the start of the year, with 33,000 joining. Uber also says its active driver hours for the week increased about 4.4% from the week of May 10th.
All new coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, the next 3 months are the deadliest for teen drivers. Parents, what you can do today to keep your child safe as they hit the road. And pitching in to help kids in need in Southwest Florida in just 25 minutes, what you can do during your next trip to the grocery store to help Golisano Children's Hospital. And rain's making its way back in our forecast this afternoon, but for now, take a beautiful look at this sunrise we're being treated to. We'll be back at the top of the 6 o'clock hour.
.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Are you looking to build a boat dock, boat lift, or a seawall? Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson of Williamson Brothers Marine Construction. My brother Joe and I, along with our children, represent the fourth generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. And it's a tradition of building something that you can be proud to put your name on. If you need a boat dock, boat lift, or seawall, call Williamson Brothers at 844-WB-BUILT. Our docks, boat lifts, and seawalls are constructed with materials that pass the test of time. We only use stainless steel fasteners, marine-grade aluminum boat lifts, and the strongest deck board in the industry, Wear Deck. It's the last deck board you will ever need. And lastly, our seawalls. We build them with enough concrete and steel that they come with a lifetime warranty. If you need a boat dock, boat lift, or a seawall, call Williamson Brothers at 844-WB-BUILT. We're online at WBDocks.com. That's WBDocks.com.
Can you tell if the leftovers from this dinner party are beginning to grow bacteria that could lead to severe diarrhea, vomiting, and stomach cramps? Listen. Can't, can you? You can't see it either. Make sure your leftovers are as safe as they are delicious. Get them into the refrigerator as soon as possible and transfer them into shallow containers. Spoiled leftovers can make you very sick, or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by chilling food promptly and properly. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
I'm Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam. Florida's unique landscape includes more than 26 million acres of wild lands. These lands are constantly threatened by arsonists. Woods arson is a serious crime, and when arsonists set these lands ablaze, we all lose. It endangers wildlife, property, and can even lead to death. We need your help to report and stop arsonists in their tracks. If you see suspicious activity, call the arson hotline at 1-800-342-5869. Together, we can protect our state.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Hell was unleashed. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. President Biden in Oklahoma marks 100 years since the Tulsa race massacre. Up to 300 black people killed by whites with a black neighborhood burned. He met with the 3 known survivors and told the crowd in a speech about racial injustice that voting rights must be protected.
President Biden said for too long the history of the massacre has been cloaked in darkness.
Only with truth can come healing and justice and repair.
The president also said he is tapping Vice President Kamala Harris to lead the administration's efforts to pass voting rights legislation in response to election laws enacted around the country.
With her leadership and your support, we're going to overcome again, I promise you.
Republicans could filibuster the legislation in the Senate opposed to what they call a federal takeover of state-run elections. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
In Texas, where new voting rules are on hold because Democrats walked out on the vote, Republicans now plan to change a provision not allowing early voting on Sundays until 1 p.m. to 11 a.m. There have been accusations the later start was meant to hurt black churches' efforts to get people to the polls right after Sunday services. Houston police say the body of a 6-year-old boy reported missing last week is believed to have been found at a motel 100 miles away in East Texas, and that a possible suspect is in custody. More details are expected later today. A Los Angeles County, California firefighter is shot and killed by another at their station.
L.A. County Fire Chief Darrell Osby says the firefighter killed was a 20-year veteran of the department. His identity has not been released, nor was the name of a fire captain also shot and critically wounded. Sheriff's investigator Brandon Dean confirmed the man who fired the shots.
A off-duty fireman that also works at L.A. County Station, number 81, the same location.
Police believe the shooter went back to his home, set it on fire, and took his own life. An investigation continues into what may have led to that shooting.
Fox's Gernal Scott. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. Off to a quiet start still out on the roads. We're not seeing any crashes from Lee to Collier or Charlotte County. 75 is running up to speed and no construction zones blocking off any part of your commute on the interstate right now. If you're heading out on the bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers, should take you an easy few minutes in each direction. Sanibel Causeway running at about 4 minutes in each direction, so up to speed out there as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. If you haven't seen rain and storms the past few days, more opportunities later on today. Most of that activity falls toward the afternoon hours, and we could have heavy rain and lightning at times. Otherwise, temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Feels like numbers will be a little bit higher as we are tracking an increase in humidity today. More rain and storms on the way really over the next week and a half. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hurricane season is here, and there's a lot we need to do to prepare our homes. It's important not to forget about electrical safety. From generators to surge protectors, Mr. Sparky is here for you before, during, and after the storm to provide the best in electrical care. Give us a call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table, we do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Here's an understatement. The last 12 months have been a challenge in so many ways, right? If you're like most Americans, the pandemic has increased your awareness of the importance of good investment and retirement planning. That means extra attention paid to retirement accounts, diversifying assets, and being more aware of risks and expenses associated with retirement. And if that's you, fantastic. But what if you know, deep down inside, that you've got to button things up and you haven't taken that all-important first step? Annex Wealth Management can help. As a fee-only fiduciary, we provide comprehensive investment and retirement planning that includes tax and estate planning. We'll do a deep dive on your portfolio, offer unbiased advice, and work to create a solid plan for you and your family. The world has changed. It's time for your investment and retirement plan to do the same. Take us up on the offer. Head to AnnexWealth.com to know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management. AnnexWealth.com.
Looking to hire? Indeed will help you speed up the process. They have 135 candidates faster. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Hi, how are you doing? Good. 479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website, Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you visiting there, watching the program. If you're still going to Facebook, at Drew Steele Radio, thanks so much. Jake, looking pretty good. You're looking good today. You look refreshed. You actually do. You don't look. Typically, Jake looks like he just came out of a cave. Hoodie on. It's an didn't want to be here. Or he's too tired. He doesn't know where he is. That kind of thing. I think actually he doesn't want to be here. That's not really fair. He always wants to be here. That shouldn't have said that. Too late. Can't take it back. But I know this, that today he looks dedicated, rested, and ready. You look good. Did you get some sleep last night?
No.
Okay. No. All right. You could have rolled with it. This is a lot of people are listening as opposed to watching, so they can't see you if they go to drewsteele.com, that kind of thing. So we could have went with this whole vibe of it's a refreshed Wednesday. It's the middle of the week already after as the vice president would say, a long weekend because, Memorial Day, all about barbecues, really all that matters. But you feel good today or not?
I actually do feel all right.
I know you do. I could tell. You're, you know why I could tell? Because your mullet is coming out from behind your hat and it's flowing a little more than usual.
Oh, it's flowing.
Yeah, it's got this, what's the word I'm looking for? Back in the 80s, where, and many of you probably remember this, where the thing was actors who had long flowing hair, like the whole thing was the cool thing was having long, flowy hair.
I was actually talking about you yesterday. And it's
funny.
Thanks.
In what way? That my hair is flowy?
Because you're referring to me as like a Joe Dirt when I'm trying to look more like a kid.
Yeah, I wish I knew. I don't know. I don't know the Joe Dirt reference is the movie where who was it? David Spade?
Adam Sandler's friend.
David Spade, right?
Yeah, David Spade.
All right, and he was doing the whole mullet thing. Listen, do me a favor. If you want to find out more about mullets and why we're talking about it now, go back to yesterday's show and watch it because we got. Let's go. What do we have? All right. Some interesting Freedom of Information Act information that came out about Dr. Fauci and his emails, a year's worth of emails. And oh boy, it seems like he's got a lot of friends in you'd say low places, but it's actually high places. Facebook's not a publisher. But somehow Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, was getting a hold of Anthony Fauci back in March of 2020 to say, hey, you need any help getting your message out? Hey, should Facebook be doing that? That seems like something a publisher would do. Like, what's your message that you want us to get out on our platform? That seems kind of odd. So there's a whole lot of these emails that came out that we're going to get to this morning. And some of the selective editing that's going on, some would say stealth editing that is happening with regard to the vid and the origin of the vid, to which I can't say otherwise this show will not be able to be viewed on certain outlets, which is so humorous considering that many people, when they talked about the coronavirus, the vid, coming from a lab in that place over there, far away, where we know over there in that city that many people talk about. It's Wuhan, it's China. Now all of a sudden there's like, hey, maybe it possibly could have, and hey, I'm not saying we made a mistake in the past, but a little stealth editing on like the Washington Post, who is now suddenly admitting that, a 15-month-old headline that claimed that COVID lab leak, that theory was already debunked. How do you debunk something in February of 2020? How could you possibly debunk something in March of 2020? How could you possibly do that? Well, it's Trump. It's Trump derangement syndrome. I know everything has to do with Trump. I'm telling you, there's a thread here today that you're going to hear about through the things that I will discuss. And I want you to keep this in the back of your mind because it's so important. There is a thread that goes through everything in the past 4 years plus that has to do with Trump derangement syndrome. That is very, very real. That people, journalists that don't exist, but people that call themselves journalists, whether it's local, state, or national, it doesn't exist. They're just either rip and read or they're just operatives of the Democrat Party, the left in this country, that have been telling you stories or telling you that the things that you've been saying that are conspiracy theories and tinfoil hat and QAnon and, hey, you got a Q anywhere in your name? Or do you have the letter Q and something on your clothing? Or you're probably, yeah. That all of that you discuss and all the things that Trump talked about in the past that we're come to find out now were actually happening or real, or they were real questions that you were dismissed and taken off of social media, that all of these things, this thread of because Trump said it, then it has to be dismissed, even if it's factual, it's true, it's 100%. If Trump said it, then that means we have to dismiss it right out of hand, and we debunk any story that you come up with only to find out 15 months later that, hey, we're trying to save a little bit of face here. Or maybe the job has already been done. He's no longer president. You see where I'm going here. I know that's an outrageous statement to make. But here's the thread, and here's the point that we're going to get to. You have to understand that the derangement syndrome of individuals, whether it's here in Southwest Florida, locally, remember, this is the key, locally, or in the state or nationally. That idea of that derangement syndrome is so real that people will take that and tell you that they're not political in the decisions that they make, but absolutely positively did the same thing on local levels where they were ready to make decisions or ready to dismiss something because the governor said it and the governor is friends with Donald Trump and because he's a Republican and they're Republicans and they have been seen together, and that I'm going to dismiss everything right out of hand. And I'm talking locally. I'm not even talking nationally. I'm talking about the people that will do that here and have. And don't dismiss that. Because in 18 months, we've got elections. We've got important elections coming up. And I'm telling you, we are cleaning house in this place. We are cleaning house in Lee County, Collier County, Glades, Henry, Charlotte. We're going to examine everybody. I want to know everything about everyone. And if you had any kind of Trump derangement syndrome, bye. You're out. Because it proves that you can't be trusted in an elected capacity because you would throw right out of hand, just like the Washington Post and others have, even on a local level, that you would make decisions that would be detrimental to me, to my family, to your family, based on your derangement of one human being. And you're making poor choices. And you did make poor choices. And we'll discover these and we'll talk about them and we will openly display all of those people soon enough. So don't you worry. And if you're worried about the things that I'm talking about right now, you should be. Because politically, there's going to be change. And if that's you, then you'll find something else to do. All right, what else do we have? Hey, Governor DeSantis is protecting women's sports. Oh, no, that's not what he's doing. No. Actually, what he's doing is he is banning kids at all from playing sports. Trans kids are not allowed to play sports at all in the state of Florida whatsoever. That's the narrative that we're hearing from like the Human Rights Campaign where on the first day of Pride Month, the governor signed a bill into law that protects girls from competing against biological males. And the way it's being discussed by some is it's banning trans kids in the state from playing sports. No, that's not what it says. It doesn't say that at all. Biologically is what we're talking about. If a trans a boy who is now a girl, a trans, I know it's, if there's a biological male who claims to be a female who wants to compete in sports, they have no problem doing it in the state of Florida. You're just not going to compete against girls. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Doesn't mean you can't compete. I don't think it says that anywhere, but that's the way it's being discussed. So the governor yesterday was signing that and making it known that there are a couple of things here in the state of Florida that are important. And they should be important to you. And again, like I said yesterday, we should be able to talk about this and have this conversation openly and not be worried about being bullied or anything else, because there's bullying in this as well. So here's the governor.
I can tell you this, in Florida, girls are going to play girls' sports and boys are going to play boys' sports. That's what we're doing, and we're going to make sure that that's the reality.
This is not right. It's not right. It's not fair. It's not fair that you would have trans kids that would not be able to compete. It's just not fair. How dare you do this? I don't understand. Well, there is that question about fairness. And, for example, there was Selena Sole, is that her name? A track and field athlete, was part of the group that sued a governing body for a Connecticut governing body there because of the high school sports and the issues that were going on with regard to what you're claiming is fairness. Well, I'm wondering when it comes to women's sports and fairness and the competition that leads to scholarships, that leads to opportunities, that leads to the chance to compete at a higher level, at an NCAA level, or even to an Olympic level, whatever it is. Selena Sole was talking about this, and she happened to be there with the governor yesterday and said this.
This isn't about self-expression. This is about our right, a woman's right, to win. I have lost countless opportunities over the past few years. I lost opportunities to compete on world-class tracks and opportunities to win titles. During my junior year, I was denied the chance to compete at the regional New England Championships. I missed advancing to the next level of competition in the 55-meter dash by just 2 spots that were taken by biological males. It was frustrating, heartbreaking, and demoralizing to be sidelined in my own sport.
Yeah, well, that's part of it too, right? What about that side? That side doesn't make a difference, doesn't matter, because there is a very loud and vocal group that right now is getting a lot of attention, especially during this month, that we are told are the ones where things are not fair. They're not equal. And, we will find out more about this because this will go to a higher court. We already know that lawsuits are coming, and they've already started. The Human Rights Campaign is filing a lawsuit to block this arbitrary, discriminatory ban. #let kids play. Nobody's saying they can't. They're saying that boys biologically can't compete on girls' teams. That's what they're saying. Now, again, we are going to have to make some decisions. And this is where it becomes hard to do for some. We're going to have to decide that if this is going to continue to come up, it's not going away. Either side. It's just not going to you're not going to have those that believe that biological boys should be competing in boys' sports and not girls' sports. That's not going to change because you're telling me it has to. We're going to have this talk, this discussion as to why We just have to acquiesce to the other side because we're told it's not fair. And yet when Selena Sole is losing the opportunity to get scholarships, to be able to compete at a higher level because biological boys are beating her, then that has to be part of the discussion as well. And another part of this is the bigger issue for many. Maybe not the bigger issue, but there is a side that it's great to see the governor stand up to. Now, let me just, because I'm already seeing some text, and again, I don't know how to make this any more clear. In my conversations with my son, even over the weekend, as I was talking about this openly with my family and as we were driving around town, and we have these conversations all the time. And my son at 12 years old knows exactly where we stand. This doesn't mean that we hate anyone. This doesn't mean that we look at anybody differently with anger and malice, hatred. Not at all. It's not like that. And so that communication is important. That, well, from a biblical point of view, we love everyone. And we are all flawed. We all have our flaws. Every single one of us walking the earth has our flaws, has our sins, has something to look within and question, because we'll never be in that place and we'll never be perfect. And that has to be part of the discussion as well, to reinforce that in our sphere. But it's great to see the governor also stand up to what has too long been the bullying of major groups, corporations, like in this case, the NCAA, who's saying, look, if you're not going to go along with this, if you're not going to allow this competition to happen, well, then maybe we'll just decide that we'll take our NCAA tournaments out of the state and go someplace else. And good for the governor saying, look, knock yourself out. Go ahead. Do whatever you think is necessary for you to do.
You know, when this was going on, you heard different things being said about, some of these corporations get all spun up. Some of these organizations say they're not going to hold events if you do this. And just let me say very clearly, in Florida, we're going to do what's right. We'll stand up to corporations. They are not going to dictate the policies in this state. We will stand up to groups like the NCAA who think that they should be able to dictate the policies in different states. Not here, not ever.
Not here, not ever. Good for the governor and good for him for saying that, because a lot of people wouldn't say that and wouldn't put pen to paper either. And look, what does this mean locally here with especially the Lee County School Board and the district and what they've talked about with regard to Equality Florida? And we're going to see what happens. Ultimately, we're going to see where this leads, because it's going to end up in a higher court. But again, I think that part is another part that's critical here. And it's too many times, too often, we have been told, and the gaslighting that has been conservatives, Republicans, you're the ones that are the bullies, you're the ones that are the problem, you're the ones that come up with these conspiracy theories over and over again. You're the ones that are the problem. You're the ones that lie. You're the ones, only to find out that every single time a liberal says something about you, it turns out that they're the ones that are doing it. And they're the ones that are bullying. And these corporations, these companies, these entities like the NCAA, no, that's over. No more. We're just not doing it. And as long as this governor is continuing to be here in the state, and as long as we have local state politicians that are willing to stand up and not be bullied, the more that we'll have an opportunity to, on the other side of this, be able to do what's right for the state. And not be bullied by companies and organizations that say, well, we'll leave. Well, go ahead, knock yourself out. It's a big, beautiful state. And there are a lot of people that want to move here. There are a lot of people that want to be here. There are a lot of people that want to do business here. We'll find them. Actually, we don't have to. They'll come here. Thanks very much. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. Hey, I'm just noticing that even on Twitter right now, of course, Ron DeSantis and his name is trending, and it's not in a positive light, as you can imagine. The trolls there, and the blue check marks there on Twitter who like to try to put the governor down. Knock yourself out. All right, 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com is the website if you want to watch. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News business report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
One of the world's largest meat processors, JBS, says it should be fully operational today after a cyber attack struck Tuesday.
The company said the company took immediate action, notifying authorities and activating the company's global network of IT professionals to resolve the situation. Just last month, Colonial Pipeline confirmed it paid $4.4 million to end the ransomware attack, which prompted panic buying of gasoline and price spikes.
Fox's Kevin Cork. On Wall Street Tuesday, a mixed bag. The Dow closed up by 46, the S&P off by 2, the Nasdaq down 12. When the pandemic hit, Sam's Club shut down its free samples. But now, break out the trays and toothpicks. Those free samples are back, but they're all going to be served in covered containers to cut the spread of germs. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
Life hacks. What would life be without them? Like using candle wax to loosen a stuck zipper. Here's another life hack. Now you can get the same high-quality insurance from Allstate, but at a new low rate. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Not available in every state. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
There are few pleasures so missed when you're away, or as taken for granted when you're not, than the simple pleasure of being at home in your favorite room. When your home is your oasis, it can be an even better one when you give your family the gift of lasting organization. Why choose Closet Factory? So you'll fall in love all over again with a home that works, lives, and feels better. That's how we build it at Closet Factory.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You've worked hard in life and created substantial wealth, but isn't your legacy about more than money? At FindMark, we ask our clients, how will you prepare the next generation? Will they inherit your values along with your wealth? Having a plan is essential. FindMark can help. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at findmarkbank.com.
When was the last time you ate at Spanky's?
Hi, I'm Emily Monty, and my husband Ted and I invite you to dine with us for lunch or dinner on Naples' most enjoyable open-air waterfront patio or inside among hundreds of vintage antiques and memorabilia. Our variety of dining options ensures the comfort for all of our guests. Spanky's has been a Naples landmark for over 37 years. Whether you're looking for Naples' best prime rib or fresh seafood, Spanky's has something for everyone, offering the highest quality product at an exceptional value. Spanky's has daily lunch and dinner specials and early bird dining from 4 to 5:30. Dining is also available in our full bar while you enjoy daily happy hour. At Spanky's, we understand you have many local dining options. That's why it's our mission to provide you with our warm southern hospitality that keeps our customers coming back for years to come. Visit Spanky's today on Airport Pulling Road, just south of Golden Gate Parkway, Naples.
She's been shopping for months to make sure that when she walks, people are always looking at her feet. Italian, classic, modern, she had to find the perfect look. And when her friends come and visit, their gaze always goes down to admire her floors.
Get your floors noticed. GC Flooring Boutique for indoor and outdoor living. View GC Flooring's extensive stone, mosaic, vinyl, wood, and tile. Your Legno Bastogne Gallery on JNC Boulevard. GCFlooringofNaples.com.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. Our first crash of the day coming in along State Road 80, right between Alva and LaBelle. It's right at Congan Drive. FHP saying no roadblock right now, but we'll let you know if that starts to get blocked off as troopers get out on scene. Looking clear if you're ready to head out on 75 this morning. No delays building up on the bridges just yet between the Cape and Fort Myers. 41 looking like a pretty easy commute as well. Just a little bit of stop and go, of course, as congestion starting to build at our busy spots. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. If you haven't seen rain and storms the past few days, more opportunities later on today. Most of that activity falls toward the afternoon hours, and we could have heavy rain and lightning at times. Otherwise, temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Feels like numbers will be a little bit higher as we are tracking an increase in humidity today. More rain and storms on the way really over the next week and a half. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
It's Kaylee Kobe at Kobe Cooling. It's been almost 5 minutes since you have heard an air conditioning company commercial all day long. Blah, blah, blah. So how do you pick the best? First, only pick a company with NATE certified mechanics. Next, the license holder should also be the owner, not some random license. And you want someone who has stood the test of time. In other words, you want Kobe Cooling.
When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. And now offering Kobe's exclusive brand, the Florida Reserve. Call and ask us about a 10-year guarantee with no hassle warranties.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. free. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career, including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East, would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
From the seat to the table, grinding.
Introducing our King and Queen Cut prime rib specials, available Friday and Saturday nights at Seed to Table. The King Cut is over 22 ounces of tender Braveheart Angus prime rib with the bone in, served with mashed potatoes, green beans, horseradish, and au jus for $29.99. The Queen Cut is 14 ounces of boneless prime rib with the same delicious sides for $24.99. See you soon at Seed to Table.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence. Oh, yes! So if you're having AC problems, get our $49 tune-up, including no breakdown guarantee, and Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today. Click the banner to schedule an appointment.
Call today, cool today, FloridaCoolToday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Those who are fully vaccinated do not have to wear masks to the movies, but you don't have to show proof. It's done on the honor system, which has worked so well for movies for decades. I can't even imagine sneaking into one of those.
Yeah, don't care. So people are upset now about the honor system and the issue of vaccination and non-vaccination, and how there were a couple of stories we didn't even get a chance to talk about yesterday, where there was a business owner in California, Mendocino, California to be exact, who was charging people $5 extra if they were showing up and ordering food in the restaurant with a mask on, right? Not the first time that this restaurant has done this. We come to find out, I guess there was a concert. I don't know if it was in Fort Lauderdale or if it was in St. Pete. Maybe it was at St. Pete, of a bar with a rock concert where if you were vaccinated, you got to go for a certain price, like $20 or whatever it was. And if you were unvaccinated, it would cost you $1,000. Like there were people like, never mind, I'll see it on YouTube. I'll have somebody record it and watch it. That's okay. Thanks anyway. Like that's some big gotcha. Yeah. So the issues of the vaccinated and then the unwashed and how all of that is working out. And then, of course, there's still the issues of the vid and the origins of the vid. And if we're even allowed to talk about the origins of the vid and some of the latest information that has come out about these emails, damage control scrambling happening right now after some, including Zero Hedge, spotlighted the man-made COVID-19 theory that it didn't come from a bat that leaped to a human and there you go. Especially when we come to find out some of the information that has always been known that is kind of scary. And I have to find this Dr. Scott Gottlieb, who I think he was on CNN or I'm not sure which network he was on. And I'm going to see if I could find the audio of him over the weekend talking about how escaping from the lab, these viruses escaping is commonplace. Like it's happened many times, which is kind of frightening when you, how is it that we didn't know this? How is it that you didn't have some intrepid reporters, journalists? Well, maybe because they don't exist. They're like dinosaurs or like things that we're told are extinct. Why have there not been more journalists going out and talking about this, regardless who the president is, who the administration is, doesn't matter, and then exposing all of this? Like, why are we funding places where they're doing gain-of-function research on viruses, only to find out that many of these viruses somehow escape from these labs, they get out, and then we have all of these SARS viruses that apparently have happened because of these lab leaks? Like, why are we not hearing more about this? How did this happen? January 2020, when the World Health Organization insisted that COVID-19 wasn't transmissible between humans, and Dr. Anthony Fauci said that the risk to the American public from the virus was low, officials at the National Institutes of Health were scrambling to perform damage control after a controversial and now withdrawn study suggested that there were HIV-like insertions included in SARS-CoV-2. The study Uncanny Similarity of Unique Inserts on the 2019 COVID spike protein to HIV, posited that segments of the virus's RNA had no relation to other coronaviruses like SARS and instead appeared to be close to others. And again, I think if you're confused about what I just said, that's okay, because I'm to be quite honest with you, some of the jargon lingo I'm a little confused about as well, but here's what you need to know. Things have popped up in the past about the vid, and we were told right out of hand that you're a conspiracy theorist for bringing it up. That how dare you suggest that there might be some connection with Dr. Fauci and some others who, politically might want to help with the situation in 2020, as opposed to get the information out, the proper information, the truth, as opposed to the spin or the lies. And if you were to suggest that somehow you were a bad person, you were the tinfoil hat crowd, you had to be a Trump supporter, and something should happen to you. You should lose your job, you should lose insurance, you should lose, the opportunity to go get a fine quality burger at a drive-thru. I don't know what it is. And that happened. And we're finding out more and more about that happening. Couple of examples, again, that I brought up earlier that I'll bring up right now. Through the Freedom of Information Act, we come to find some of the interactions between the Fauci and many with regard to papers that were withdrawn by authors because they suggested that COVID-19 could have been man-made, and that was taken away. We come to find out that Tom Cotton, someone who for the longest time since February of 2020, talked about how he had concerns that there were origins to the Wuhan Institute of Virology and that it needed to be looked into, talked about, discovered. And he was systematically and summarily called crazy. It was debunked. Conspiracy theories. The Washington Post's original headline from February 17th said, Tom Cotton keeps repeating a coronavirus conspiracy theory that was already debunked. He was on Fox News Sunday Morning Futures with Maria Bartiromo, pointed out that the Wuhan Institute of Virology could be a potential origin of the disease. But now we had some stealth editing. It happened over the weekend because you were too busy doing other things like remembering our fallen heroes because it's Memorial Day weekend and that's what you do. That now we come to find out that the Washington Post, a little bit of editing, a little stealth editing, a little behind the scenes. Now, not that it was something that you would read and say, they are admitting as much, but they did change the headline. And now the headline says, Tom Cotton keeps repeating a coronavirus. Okay, no, that was already debunked. Now the new one says, Tom Cotton keeps repeating a coronavirus fringe theory that scientists have disputed. The move by the Post is one of many corrections that media outlets have made to stories from early in the pandemic that declared that COVID lab leak theory to be a conspiracy theory. PolitiFact recently retracted a pants-on-fire fact check from September 2020 that called a Hong Kong virologist's claim that COVID was a lab-created virus a debunked conspiracy theory. And there are plenty of others. But they're out there, and now we're starting to see it in the stealth editing that's going on. And here's why you care. You care because there is opportunity upon opportunity upon opportunity to not only get it right, to have journalists doing journalism instead of journalizing, where you have newsrooms who have an opportunity to do what they're supposed to be doing, expose some of the news stories, get to the facts, get to the truth, be trustworthy. We're told by people that you're trustworthy, that somebody this newsroom is filled with trust. Really? Why? Because you say so? Because I can tell you a lot of headlines and a lot of things that you're doing give me no reason to believe that I should trust you. Consistently. And then the second thought on this, and then we're going to go to break right now. Jake, let's go to break. The second part of it is this. The thread that I talked about earlier, that this show is going to show you again through the next few hours, and I hope you'll be listening, is that there is this thread that goes through Donald Trump, as much as you don't want to keep thinking this, but it's true, that this Trump derangement syndrome is real. And the fact that people would dismiss the idea or the thoughts that could possibly be true and have been detrimental to the world, not to you, not to me, but to everybody on the planet, because Donald Trump may or may not have suggested it, is a really dangerous place to be. And trust me when I tell you that there are local people, politicians, who have been doing the same exact thing. People who are elected officials who are going to have to come clean as to what they think and who they voted for and what they believed about the former president, because their derangement syndrome is also hurting you in this community. Now, if I'm wrong, let's see. And I would be more than happy to tell you that I'm wrong if that were the case. But if I'm right, it's an important thing to recognize. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. Let's find out what's going on with traffic. Up to the minute, here is Therese O'Shea.
Good Wednesday morning. Only crash we got on the roads out there is on State Road 80 at Congan Drive. That's right between Alva and LaBelle on Palm Beach Boulevard. Otherwise, Palm Beach nice and clear. Heading closer into downtown Fort Myers. No problems crossing the bridges in and out of downtown. The Caloosahatchee and Edison running at about 2 minutes or so in each direction. Cape Coral and Midpoint bridges at about 3 or so minutes, but Midpoint definitely starting to get busier eastbound out there. I-75 picking up some volume closer to Corkscrew Road southbound and heading into Collier County, a little bit busier out there as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
If you're trying to get outside today, the earlier the better. We'll track areas of showers and storms again this afternoon. Otherwise, high temperatures peaking near 93 with lots of heat and humidity. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Rush Limbaugh. Correctness is not just a problem here, it's a problem everywhere in the West. You won't believe how deeply it's infected Great Britain. The Greater Manchester Police Department recently conducted a terror exercise, a mock suicide bombing. At least 800 volunteers were used to act out terror scenario at the Trafford Center, a huge indoor shopping complex. The whole thing was captured on video for training purposes. An actor playing the part of a terrorist suicide bomber is seen on video running into the place and shouting Allahu Akbar before pretending to detonate what was basically a firecracker. Now, even though his device was fake, the enactment created a very real explosion in the politically correct universe. Gary Shewan, Assistant Chief Constable of the Manchester Cops, was sent out to fall on the sword and apologize profusely. He admitted the terror exercise was based on real suicide attacks from ISIS-type groups, but he said it was unacceptable to use the phrase Allahu Akbar because it was wrong to link terror with Islam. The Assistant Chief Constable said the department was sorry for the offense this has caused. Now, real radical Islamic terrorists have committed enough terror attacks that governments have to prepare for them. But using the real phrase that real Islamic terrorists always use before the attack, well, no, that's offensive. Must be apologized for. Political correctness has gone wild. It has morphed into utter madness, and we're paying a greater price for it than anybody really knows.
Do you want to invest in cash-flowing real estate without all of the hassles? Introducing PassiveInvesting.com, a national private equity real estate firm with over $380 million under management. We have an offering available to invest right now in an institutional-level, newly built apartment community in Orlando, Florida. Only available to independently verified accredited investors. Visit PassiveInvesting.com for details on how you can invest today. That's PassiveInvesting.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our original gold-rimmed, homemade vanilla. The country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at Bailey's Supermarket on Sanibel Island and all Winn-Dixie supermarkets.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
We made direct eye contact. I mean, we were in each other's faces. The dog that the bear grabbed, she's the baby. I have to protect the baby. I sprint towards her, and in that split second, I decide to push the bear like it was nothing, apparently. And when I push the bear, she falls back, and that's when the dog she grabbed runs away, and I pick up my other dog, and I scram.
Did you see that video? You didn't see the video, the bear video?
So.
Okay. It's a viral video, and it's so big right now that I can call it the bear video, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about? Yeah, of course I've seen it.
Okay. Tell me about it.
So I think she opens the door. There's a bear just like hanging on the fence. He's like in between.
Like on a wall. Yeah, on a wall in her backyard. Yeah, in Southern California.
And then, the little dogs run at it first. And then the bigger dog, I think about 4 or 5 dogs, ran at the bear, and then she just runs over and pushes the bear off the fence.
Yeah, it was crazy. So the dogs go over, the bear is sitting there. The one dog is barking really loud. It looked like an Aussie, and the bear is like swiping at the dog, and then the other dog. And so this girl runs over, grabs the one dog, and then shoves the bear over the side of the wall. And it was just like a wall in the fenced backyard, but it was a wall instead of a fence. And then the bear, they all run away, and then the bear goes away. But the fact that she shoved the bear walking on the wall, and you get to see all of this, a couple of things come to mind. The first thing is, how crazy a society do we live in right now, where you see everything? Like, somebody would tell you, I shoved the bear off. You didn't shove a bear. No, I did. It was going after my dog. I shoved the bear off the... No, you didn't. Like, that was, 10 years ago or something like that. Maybe more. Now it's like, here's the camera from my backyard. You want to see what I just did? Like, you see everything now. It's almost impossible to lie to people about certain things like that. Because now everybody's like, where's your Ring video? Like, come on, give me, where's the video? If I don't see it, because everybody's got one. There's a camera on every street. So if I don't see it, I'm not believing you. It's kind of flipped now, hasn't it?
That's kind of weird.
It is. It is very strange. I also heard a story that, and I think it was Rich Kolko who had the story yesterday. I still don't understand it. But supposedly your Echo Dot or your Ring, whatever device, can now hop onto your neighbor's Wi-Fi and use their Wi-Fi and not need a password. It automatically logs on.
I'm unplugging it when I get home.
How is that even possible? Yeah, nobody finds all of this a little too intrusive and weird and scary. Like the fact that right now I go, Alexa, everybody's say hello. Like in your house right now, there's a bunch of devices saying hello to you.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Here's an understatement. The last 12 months have been a roller coaster, right? Because of the pandemic, most Americans have increased their focus on investment and retirement planning. But what if you haven't taken that all-important first step? Annex Wealth Management can help. We'll create a solid plan for you that includes investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. It's time to take us up on that free portfolio review. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
The real estate market is really hot right now, but for how long? I'm Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. You've heard Drew Steele talk about me on his show. If you're thinking about selling your home for a premium price, now is the time. You can sell over market value without doing repairs, letting strangers in your home, and you pick the closing date. Learn how for free. No pressure, no obligation. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. GomesMovesHomes.com.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Democrats pick up another seat in the House. I'm Chris Foster of Fox News. Melanie Stansberry wins a special election in New Mexico for the seat vacated by a member of President Biden's cabinet. Here's Fox's Jill Nato.
When Interior Secretary Deb Haaland went to work for the Biden administration, her House seat in New Mexico was left open. In a special election to fill it, a battle between Democrat Melanie Stansberry and Republican Mark Moores. Stansberry aligning herself with current Democratic legislation on pandemic relief and infrastructure. Moores painted her as a progressive with a radical agenda. In the end, Stansberry prevailed, telling supporters at a victory party,
I am proud to stand here tonight as your next Congresswoman.
Stansberry's win means New Mexico will continue to see an all-female delegation to the House.
And it means Democrats will have a 9-seat advantage there, 220 to 211. Speaking on the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa race massacre, President Biden says he'll fight to make sure Democrats don't have a harder time voting than Republicans.
President Biden told the crowd in Tulsa that in 2020 there was an unprecedented assault on democracy and the right to vote, as Republican-led states have passed new laws meant to tighten voting rules.
Earlier this year, the House of Representatives passed For the People Act to protect our democracy. The Senate will take it up later this month, and I'm going to fight like heck with every tool at my disposal for its passage.
Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signs a bill banning transgender women and girls from competing in women and girls sports in high school and college. He tells Fox's Tucker Carlson it's not fair to other high school girls trying to win college scholarships.
But even short of that, these are enjoyable experiences they'll remember for the rest of their lives. And just think how you feel to basically get cheated out of a victory.
Legal challenges are expected, and the NCAA could ban Florida from hosting any championship tournaments. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. Only crash we got on the roads out there is on State Road 80 at Congan Drive. That's right between Alva and LaBelle on Palm Beach Boulevard. Otherwise, Palm Beach nice and clear. Heading closer into downtown Fort Myers. No problems crossing the bridges. In and out of downtown, the Caloosahatchee and Edison running at about 2 minutes or so in each direction. Cape Coral and Midpoint bridges at about 3 or so minutes, but Midpoint definitely starting to get busier eastbound out there. I-75 picking up some volume closer to Corkscrew Road southbound and heading into Collier County, a little bit busier out there as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. If you haven't seen rain and storms the past few days, more opportunities later on today. Most of that activity falls toward the afternoon hours, and we could have heavy rain and lightning at times. Otherwise, temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Feels like numbers will be a little bit higher as we are tracking an increase in humidity today. More rain and storms on the way really over the next week and a half. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing.
Storm season is approaching. Avoid complications with your insurance company. Sign up for our free pre-season and post-season roof assessment plan. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Do you consider yourself the best of the best in HVAC? Conditioned Air is looking for A players to join our winning team. If you consider yourself an A player and love customer service, you should apply so we can get your career path started. We have several top-paying positions available now in Sarasota, Fort Myers, and Naples. Don't wait. Go online to conditionedair.com and apply right now. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. License number CAC 1819590.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company? Don't sweat. Call Brett. I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995. You probably know Lusk Dray Sites in Tallahassee for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk Dray Sites in Tallahassee, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk Dray Sites in Tallahassee. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk Dray Sites in Tallahassee, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website, Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching, going to the website and doing that. We do appreciate you listening each and every morning. And if you go to Facebook at Drew Steele Radio for the time being, you most certainly can be there as well. All right, a couple of things that are going on this morning. We hear that Nikki Fried is going to be running for governor now in this state. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Jake's face and it's like, really? Really? No, really. It was quite an announcement, too. I mean, it's dramatic. There's planes flying over. There's patriotic. No, there's none of that. It's really, no, nothing like that. But it was, it's funny because I'll get a chance in just a little while to play Nikki Fried. And I don't know that anybody cares because, to be quite honest, I'm not even sure she's going to win the nomination for the party here, a broken down, busted party of Democrats in the state of Florida. It really is. It's a hot mess. But I'm just trying to figure out which Nikki Fried is the one that we're supposed to be super excited about. Is it the one that had financial interests in a marijuana company while making decisions related to the marijuana industry? I mean, is that the Nikki Fried that we're looking for? Is that whole connection? Like, we're not allowed to talk about that, everybody. No, because it's Nikki Fried, and her face for a little while was on every gas pump in the state. And how many times did I say this over and over again? How many times did we talk about Nikki Fried's going to be running for governor? It's just like, give me a break. Everybody knew it. It's so obvious. And, She was touting, her campaign's touting her as something new and saying she's going to fight the rigged system. Which rigged system is that? Oh, you mean the system that says that an agriculture secretary had a financial interest in a marijuana company while making decisions related to that marijuana industry? You mean that kind of rigged system? Is that how that works? No, she's a Democrat. That's just normal. That's just business as usual for you. Yeah, I know. You hate that I say that, right? Democrats listen here. How dare you say that? It's you, Republican. Okay, as my mom would say, just shush it. Shush it. But we'll get to that coming up. Plus, the governor who signed a bill protecting girls from competing against biological males, and what is being called the transgender bill, and they'll never be able to play sports again. No. If you're a transgender and if you're a biological male and you want to play in sports, knock yourself out. There's plenty of boys' sports you can go compete in. It's this idea that they won't be able. It's not fair. They won't be able to play. Yeah, they can. Yeah, they absolutely can. And boy, is that a hard discussion to have, or is it? And should it be? If we just get right down to the essence of what we're talking about, and we will. We'll get there. All right. Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
Not a joke.
I haven't even said anything about Joe Biden yet, and already it's not a joke. So Joe Biden yesterday, was in Tulsa, and some of the remarks that he made yesterday, speaking in Tulsa on race-related issues, the 100-year anniversary of the killings there and the death and destruction in the Greenwood section of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and what was considered Black Wall Street, very affluent area at the time because of industry around and what happened there in Tulsa, and something that was horrible 100 years ago, an awful part of our history that took place 100 years ago, and that even in Oklahoma, they recognize, they teach about in their schools there. Since 2019, a commission in 2001 that was put together to investigate and look into the origins and the specifics of what happened. It's something that seems that in the history of the Tulsa area was not brought up by certain newspapers. It was taken down, these stories. It was not something that was discussed. How many of you even knew that there was something that happened 100 years ago in Tulsa? Not to minimize it at all, but something that could be taught, should be talked about. Why wouldn't you talk about? I mean, shouldn't we talk about all of our history, no matter what it is? It doesn't mean that we have to uproot everything we are and who we have been as a country, as a system, as a founding, that we're supposed to turn over everything completely and turn it over to the best of possibilities, which would be some kind of socialist utopia. Right, because that's where we need to go. No, nobody's suggesting that. Well, there are people that are suggesting that, but I don't think anybody is suggesting that we can't talk about all of our history, every bit of it. Again, it doesn't mean that you have to overturn everything because of something that happened 100 years ago in a specific community with specific individuals, and not a great story. And you probably don't even know a lot about the story, just roughly about what I've read. And it seems it was a young black man who was, I guess he was a shoe shiner? I think that was what it was, and went into an elevator with a white girl who was in there. Apparently, they said that there was a scream there in the elevator. He ran. They caught him. He was in a jail. There was talk that there would be a lynching. There were members, even black men who showed up, some armed. I believe some of them even who fought in World War I that were there to in the jail to protect that man from being lynched to make sure that that wouldn't happen. The sheriff at the time was not going to allow that to happen. And then ultimately, there were some others that came to the jail as well. White individuals came to the jail. There was a firing of a shot. Then shots rang out afterwards. I think there were 40 36 black men and 13 white. I'm trying to remember the number specifically, but that were killed. And then subsequently the next day, there was looting and rioting in the streets and destruction. It was just it's a horrible a situation that happened there in the Greenwood section of Tulsa 100 years ago. So President Biden, on the 100-year anniversary, made some remarks yesterday. And again, some have questions as to what's the motivation? What is your motivation? And listen, I'll say it. And maybe some of you have thought it, but I'll say it. In everything that's happening in this country when it comes to race relations, what's our motivation? What are we doing? Is it because we're trying to bring people together and there's supposed to be healing and there's supposed to be a coming together of the nation? Or does it feel quite the opposite, that every single time something happens that has something to do with race in this country, it's always about dividing? It's not bringing together. It's not about healing. What's your end game here? If you're Joe Biden and you go there for the 100-year anniversary and you say some of the things that I'm going to play for you right now, what's your end game? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to heal? Are you trying to bring people together? Or are you trying more to divide? And I'll say this. My belief right now on what has been happening with this president is he goes to these places. He makes speeches, whether it's Tulsa or other places, that have to do with race relations in the country. Makes statements. And then ultimately on the other side of these statements, there are those that look at what happened, look at what was said, look to our history and say, okay, now we have to figure out how we're going to legislate, how we're going to change, what we're going to do to make this situation right. And then on top of that, make new legislation, new laws, almost as if opportunities are seen to do things that would literally to be uprooting what is going on across the country for something that happened that was awful, that happened and tragic 100 years ago. And so what did the president say? First, he said something very odd that, like, I'm not even sure about this one. He was talking about commercials. He was talking about mixed race couples and soap.
I challenge you. Find today, when you turn on the stations, sit on one station for 2 hours, and I don't know how many commercials you'll see. Lay 8 to 5. 2 to 3 out of 5 have mixed race couples in them. That's not by accident. They're selling soap, man. Not a joke. Remember old Pat Goodell used to say, you want to know what's happening in American culture? Watch advertising. Because they want to sell what they have.
I'm not really, somebody brought that to my attention. I don't know why, what that's, okay. Moving on. What else? Well, there was this.
According to the intelligence community, terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today. Not ISIS, not Al-Qaeda, white supremacists.
Really? Really? So according to the intelligence community, terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today. Is that true? Is that right? Where in the intelligence community? Like who? Where did you get that from? Now, you think of opportunity. You think of what I just talked about. Are you trying to bring people together or are you trying to be divisive? Is there evidence to show what you are saying? He's claiming that there is. Now, I'm just saying that there have been instances if you go back in time, there have been instances where there have been questions about the intelligence community and some of the things that they've talked about. I don't know, that the Russians hacked into Hillary Clinton's emails, right? The intelligence community talking about that. And
I'm really offended personally.
And then people had kind of questions about, really, is that what it was? It's the Russians. Everything is the Russians' fault. The Russians, well, is it the Chinese or is it the Russians? No, it's still the Russians. Okay, we got it. Even the story that just came out yesterday that we're going to talk about. Apparently a cyber attack against the nation's leading meatpacking plant. And now there's a cyber attack against the meatpacking plant, and there's concerns about how we're all going to get meat. Anybody finding something really disturbing, a really incredibly disturbing pattern that's going on? We're going to get to in just a second. I know, I don't want to digress. The Russians were trying to make Donald Trump president of the United States. Wasn't that something else that the intelligence community... Listen, don't tell us that the intelligence community is not in any way, shape, or form biased when it comes to politics. I think we know, and we have evidence to show otherwise. And some of the things that the president has talked about with regard to the January 6th riots and what happened there on the Capitol, and, the quote-unquote insurrection that really wasn't an insurrection, and that there are white supremacists there, that this is now, again, something that I cannot emphasize enough. Where are you going with this? What are you trying to prove? More than what are you trying to prove, how does this bring the country together in healing? And I might even ask this question. So this is the individual who 872 million people in this country voted for. By far and away, not even close, everybody wanted Joe Biden to be the president of the United States because he's a uniter, healing, bringing people together. And this is what apparently the president of the United States thinks about you and me and this country in general. Hey, do you think the United States is a zero-sum game?
There's greater recognition that for too long we've allowed a narrowed, cramped view of the promise of this nation to fester. The view that America is a zero-sum game where there's only one winner. If you succeed, I fail. If you get ahead, I fall behind. If you get a job, I lose mine. And maybe worst of all, if I hold you down, I lift myself up.
Is that what you believe? You that's watching me at drewsteele.com, you that's listening to the sound of my voice, is that you? Like, do you honestly think that this country is a zero-sum game? No, it's not. It's never been a zero-sum game. I'm not sure who believes that, and maybe they need to be instructed as to why it's not. But for the president of the United States to make these statements yesterday in Tulsa, again, I asked the question, what's your end game? What are we trying to do here? Are we trying to unify the country, bring the country back together, race relations? Are we trying to make things better? Or are you trying to make it worse, more divisive? Like, who thinks that way? That it's a zero-sum game? Do you think that if I get if I get the job over Jake, that Jake that he loses that job and it's a zero-sum game? There's nothing else that he could possibly do. It's just, you might as well just hang it up, Jake. Just stay home and collect your stimmy and play your video games because that's as good as it's going to get. That's it, baby. I don't even think, Jake doesn't even think that. Right? I mean, I'm speaking for you, but maybe I shouldn't. I mean, I don't think that you think that way.
I'm just not talking because I might say it bad.
I know. Don't say. I know. He is his arms flailing, standing up, stomping his feet. The fact is, that's the president of the United States that's saying that. All of these things. I'm just asking, where are we going? What are we trying to do? What are we told that we're trying to accomplish? Like, what's your end game? Are you trying to start a race war? Is that what you want? 239-479-5590. It's not what I want. 239-479-5592. Not what you want. Not what any of us want. All right. When we come back, let's see. Oh, Nikki Fried. Hey, she's going to be the next governor of the state of Florida, everybody. I mean, she believes in maybe a couple of Democrats, I think so. Although I don't know if she's even going to win the Democrat nomination, but we got to play some of the audio. It's good stuff. You know, her making the announcement, you know, dramatic music, standing in a field, marijuana. Was it a marijuana field specifically? I mean, I'm just asking because, you know, it is the first thing that you think of when you think of Nikki Fried. You think of pot, right? Don't you?
Nikki Fried.
Send your cards and letters, care of the station, to Jake the millennial. That's not me. And I don't do that. Be nice. Be nice. There's absolutely no reason to be that way. That's not.
Maybe it was a field of marijuana.
We'll talk about that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steele. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Summer is around the corner. Let me ask you, how great is it to go take a walk in 95-degree heat, 100% humidity, no rain, and your glasses on? Ever try playing sports with your glasses on in the summer? How about even just heading into the pool? It's annoying. It's terrible. Do yourself a favor. Go get LASIK. I did. I did it with Dr. Jonathan France and his team, and honestly, God, my life has been changed. It's amazing. I mean, imagine just waking up in the morning and not having to deal with looking at the alarm clock, fumbling for your glasses, playing sports, whatever it may be. LASIK is the way. Give Dr. France and his team a call today. Dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Again, ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Before the summer starts, get your LASIK today with Dr. France and his team. I did. It changed my life.
Friends, I care.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is the best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. They will not be undersold. Start with a free consultation. PlantationShuttersForYou.com. And God bless everyone.
No matter what it's like outside, Trane makes it comfortable inside. You can get a great deal now on a new heating and cooling system at Trane. Visit TraneInfo.com. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local dealer and more, because it's hard to stop a train.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I see full-page ads in the newspaper every day offering thousands of dollars for your air conditioner trade-in. They're ads about giant rebates and cashback deals. And I personally believe these companies think that the average consumer is too stupid to know the truth. I have more faith in you folks. There's no such thing as a trade-in or a real cashback in this business. The fake rebates and trade-ins are just overpriced air conditioning systems with a discount. They can't resell this equipment, and there's no such thing as an AC trade-in. It's as phony as the people trying to sell them. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Bryant, whatever it takes, license CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949, and never offering fake and phony rebates and cashback.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. You know the real estate market's really hot right now, but for how long? Well, nobody really knows. I mean, if people don't catch up on their mortgage payments because of COVID, the market's going to get flooded with foreclosure inventory, and that's scary because your home's value could plummet. So if you thought about selling your home for a premium price, now's the time to do it. But you don't want to make any costly mistakes. That's why you need to get with Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. See, he's been buying, selling, brokering, and investing in real estate for over 20 years. Mistakes mistakes in real estate can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Anthony wrote a book on how to sell homes, your home, and for the most money. And he wants to ship it to you for free. Just go to GomesMovesHomes.com and tell him where you want to send it. Inside, you'll gain 20 years of secrets from wealthy home sellers on how you can sell for a premium price without doing repairs, letting strangers go through your home, and you could pick the closing date. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. Again, GomesMovesHomes.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Hey guys, Dr. Amy here, your favorite chiropractor. We're back for your daily dose of Did You Know Chiropractic can help with that. And today we talk about cognitive function. Are you struggling with your memory, or maybe you notice that it's taking you longer to process information? Do you also notice that your reaction time is slower than it used to be? Maybe you've just decided that this is what getting old looks like, or maybe that's what some doctor has told you, that this is just from getting old. But studies actually show that getting regular chiropractic care, specifically getting adjusted in your neck, can dramatically improve your cognitive function. So if you struggle with memory loss, slowed reaction time, or slowed processing time, and you're wondering if chiropractic can help you too, call us at 239-628-4899. That phone number is 239-628-4899. And remember, your power is
The Justice
on.
Department makes a first request to drop a Capitol riot case.
The reason prosecutors gave for dropping the charges against Christopher Kelly was that the investigation found that he did not enter the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, despite his post on Facebook claiming that he had. A confidential informant had tipped off the FBI to Kelly's Facebook page, which contained a number of combative statements and photos from the riot with the phrase, "We're in." Investigators say he wasn't.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers, the AP reports House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is ruling out a presidential commission to study the insurrection. And a popular shopping event is back.
Amazon Prime Day, the annual online sale, will be Monday, June 21st through June 22nd. Amazon says it will spend more than $100 million this year to boost small business sellers, including promotions.
Fox's Ginny Costola. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. Only crash we got on the roads out there is on State Road 80 at Congan Drive. That's right between Alva and LaBelle on Palm Beach Boulevard. Otherwise, Palm Beach nice and clear. Heading closer into downtown Fort Myers. No problems crossing the bridges in and out of downtown. The Caloosahatchee and Edison running at about 2 minutes or so in each direction. Cape Coral and Midpoint bridges at about 3 or so minutes, but Midpoint definitely starting to get busier eastbound out there. I-75 picking up some volume closer to Corkscrew Road southbound and heading into Collier County, a little bit busier out there as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. If you haven't seen rain and storms the past few days, more opportunities later on today. Most of that activity falls toward the afternoon hours, and we could have heavy rain and lightning at times. Otherwise, temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Feels like numbers will be a little bit higher as we are tracking an increase in humidity today. More rain and storms on the way really over the next week and a half. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Oh, for wow. go for Cornerstone.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence. Oh, yes! So if you're having AC problems, get our $49 tune-up, including no breakdown guarantee, and Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today. Click the banner to schedule an appointment.
Call today, cool today, FloridaCoolToday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Announcer is a paid presenter.
At FPL, we're always looking the future straight in the eye. When the future said cut back on foreign oil, we made way for clean, American-made natural gas. And when the future said we need more clean energy, we said, how about 30 million solar panels by 2030? And when it said we need zero carbon emissions, we said, okay, how about green hydrogen? That's energy made from water. We're planning, preparing, and investing because Florida deserves an energy future we can depend on. See how at fpl.com/value.
Because it's my vision, I take the most studied eye vitamin brand.
Because it's my vision, I take the eye vitamin brand backed by 20 years of research.
Because it's my vision, I take PreserVision.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of vision loss in adults over 60. That's why the National Eye Institute did 20 years of clinical studies on the formula that's found in PreserVision. From the eye experts at Bausch & Lomb, PreserVision AREDS 2 formula eye vitamins contain the exact nutrient formula recommended by the National Eye Institute.
Hey, good morning. I just wanted to see who's here. We got a couple of minutes, I think. Hey, give me one more. Just one more. Or maybe two. Hey, I just wanted to see who's here. So do me a favor, if you're watching right now. Oh man, I gotta mention that we're gonna be at Seed the Table on Friday. Shoot, I keep forgetting to do that. I don't know why. Well, it's because it's a short week. All right, if you're watching right now, if you're on drewsteele.com or you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, wherever you are, would you let me know that you're watching right now? Just text into the comment section. Just say here, so I can recognize who's here. Just to see, because again, my numbers and my screen is just acting really weird. So I don't know who's here and who's not. And apparently nobody is here. It says I got one person watching, and I have a hard time believing that. All right, let's see. So Gary's here. Good morning, Gary. All right, good to see you. Melissa's here. Good morning, Melissa. Good to see you. Thank you. Night Owl. All right, the Night Owl is here. Good to see you guys. Donna's here. Okay, awesome. Adele, you're here. There's Adele. All right, Sandy is here. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you. Florentina is here, and Michael Shaw is here. All right. Oh, no, you just woke up. Good for you. All right, Donna's here. Good morning, Donna. All right, good to see you. Addie. That's a beautiful dog. Laura's here. Whoops. Ralph is here. Laura Savage is here. Treb's here. Good morning, Treb. All right, Dawn of MAGA is here as well. Pam is here. Whoops. All right, it's going too fast now. And Michael Shaw is here. Good morning. And Jane is here. Good morning. Yes, sir. Johnny, be good. Miguel is here. Doug is here. Marcia's here. Okay, cool. All right, so I don't know what happened. It's just really weird that the screen was all messed up. We got to get back to it. All right, thanks, guys.
Sons Casey, Kerry, and Cody, they say it's not too late to call Papa for our free inspection. You know the number, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. Don't procrastinate. It's not too late. Call Papa for a date. 945-2700.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
On Father's Day, we're also going to give away 2 brand new custom outfitted trucks. We're going to give 5 custom hunting rifles and 5 custom hunting shotguns away. And also on Father's Day, we're going to make one of you a millionaire.
Woo! Wow, well, wait a minute. That is awesome. Did you hear about this, Jake? So in West Virginia, the governor, Jim Justice, that's a cool name, Jim Justice. All right, it's like Jim Justice, the West Virginia governor, is saying on Father's Day, you have a chance to win all kinds of stuff. Custom trucks, some guns, giving away guns. Listen, any governor giving away guns, we like that. Cash, all kinds of stuff for Father's Day, just for being a dad. How awesome is that? Oh, wait, that's not. Hold on.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Yeah, that's not it. It's not for Father's Day. It's if you get vaccinated. So if you get vaccinated for Father's Day, you have a chance to win all this stuff. It's a vax lottery. Another one. How many people? Oh, boy. Maybe it's just me. Do you all like this? 239-479-5592. You want to call or text? Jake, keep an eye on the text line. I got a lot of things going on here right now. Just keep an eye. Do you enjoy this? Do you like the idea of the vax lottery? Get yourself vaccinated, win a car. Get yourself vaccinated, get some cash, win some guns. Well, the guns, I mean, let's be honest, that's pretty cool. But no, seriously. I don't know, maybe it's just me. It feels a little strange. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. That is the website. Friday, our first Friday of the month. We're back. We're going to be at Oaks Farm Seed to Table, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour early so that you can come in and enjoy breakfast, grab a cup of coffee, sit down and watch the program, hang out, say hi. We would love to see you at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston in Naples. We're there every first Friday of the month, and we enjoy it, and it's just a great time. And more details on. And by the way, if you've never been to Oaks Farm Seed to Table, what a special place. It's seriously, there's no place like it. It's incredible. And so we look forward to seeing you there on Friday. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, this show live, 6 to 9 a.m. And come visit us, hang out, grab some coffee, have some breakfast. Hey, everybody, Nikki Fried's running for governor. I know, it's shocking. It's breaking news.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Not really. So Nikki Fried is going to be running for governor. And boy, does she got a good commercial. Oh, man, it's powerful.
I'm Nikki Fried, and I'm here to break the rigged system in Florida.
We got a rigged system in Florida. It's rigged? The system's rigged. Okay. So there's Nikki Fried saying the system's rigged.
It's corrupt. It's anti-democratic. And it's time for something new.
Yeah, it's time for something new. And she's the new that we need. Nikki Fried. All right, so it's tired. We need something new. It's rigged. Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me more, Nikki. Tell me more, Nikki.
Like many of you, I've been underestimated my whole life. I was underestimated when I fought corruption as a public defender. I was underestimated when I took on the big banks during the foreclosure crisis to keep families in their homes. And I was underestimated in 2018 when I said a Democrat from Miami could be elected Commissioner of Agriculture. But we did it.
Yep, see, you did it all right. She did all, really? She took all that on all by herself? I had no idea. Wow. All right, pretty impressive. The election part was a little weird. I mean, yeah, being a lawyer there in Miami, and then all of a sudden you're the agriculture sector, and it's like, with what experience? What is it? How did you? What
We cracked the system and got to work.
It's crack the system. She cracked the system, Jake. She did crack the system. I know there's so many things that I want to say right now. There's so many things that I want to say about that. But okay, go ahead.
Kicking the NRA out of gun licensing to keep our kids safe. Restoring rights and confronting historic racism. Protecting our farmers and food supply. And cleaning our environment and addressing the climate crisis.
We address the climate. Is all of these things are for you to do? I mean, when she says we, does she mean like everybody else is doing it and I'm a Democrat and they did it and like, did you do that? Or, I don't know how that works.
So just imagine what we could do if we break the whole rigged system.
We gotta break this rigged system. It's rigged. It's awful. I mean, it's terrible. Florida's the most awful place to live. It is just, it's bad. I might suggest it's so bad, Nikki Fried, you should leave. Like, you should get out. Oh, no. Better than that. You should stay and fix it. That's right. Because she's a fighter and she's going to fix it. We got to fix everything that's broken here in the state of Florida. It's a broken mess. Really? I don't know.
We can end 2 decades of corruption designed to block your will and your ballot on healthcare, wages, education, justice.
Yeah. Well, at least she's not saying marijuana, right?
The environment.
Yeah.
Marijuana.
Okay. Well, we had to throw that one in. Sorry. I got ahead of myself. I was like, there's no way in this commercial she's going to say anything about marijuana. I mean, why?
And equality of opportunity.
Okay.
We can build a state that gives power back to you.
It's just because you have no power. Let's give it back to you. Okay, so it's interesting all the things that she's bringing up. And, I think from hearing this commercial, you can imagine where we would go if her or any other Democrat were to be the next governor of the state. Can we just make that known that we've got it really good right now? Like, really good. And we should appreciate the finer points. But we should also recognize that Democrats want to do the exact opposite here in the state than what we've been doing. Oh, and marijuana. I mean, you got to add that. It's always a gimme.
The environment.
No, I know the other part.
Marijuana.
That's it. You always got to have that in there. By the way, the marijuana part. Does anybody care that Nikki Fried had financial interests in a marijuana company while making decisions related to the marijuana industry? Hey, is that the system you're trying to break? Is that the rigged system? Documents filed with the Florida Commission on Ethics indicate that Fried's 2019 financial interest in Harvest Health and Recreation was not revealed until months after she created the marijuana-related government organizations. Tampa Bay Times reported on it. She didn't provide any details. They're like, hey, can you give us details? He's like, no, thanks. Anybody want to talk about any of that? The financial interest that she's had in these companies and being in a position to benefit off of. Is that the rig system, or is it just, hey, listen.
Marijuana?
Yeah, that's all we need. Okay. All right. So, wait, Mark in L.A. Mark in L.A. wanted to make a comment. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, I just wondered if she knows the system is rigged because it was rigged to get her elected.
Oh, I see what you did there. I get it. There he goes.
Marijuana.
Okay. Sorry. 239-479-5592. So good news, everybody. She's off your gas pumps and on to the ballot. Nikki Fried wants to be the next governor of the state of Florida. Don't forget.
Marijuana.
All right. Enough of that. What else do we have here? I'm just looking at the time and I'm wondering. There's an update, and maybe I'll talk about this in the 8 o'clock hour. There's an update about the crazy mayor, Naples, the city council, the nuttiness that was going on like a week and a half ago. I think it was the Friday before last when I was mentioning that there was this complaint that was filed against the Naples mayor, Teresa Heitman, and some of the things that they claim she was saying. This individual who was an IT guy who somehow has been able to stay out of the headlines, and we don't hear a word from this IT person who threw out all of these accusations against the mayor. Remember when she was accused? You remember this, Jake? Remember we were laughing about this because it's like it seems so crazy that it could only come from Florida and Naples. That's not really true. We didn't say the crazy part about Naples. But remember the story about how the IT director, Brian Dye, there filed the ethics complaint that said that the mayor accused the former Mayor Barnett and Sheriff Rambosk of running a child prostitution ring out of the Naples airport. Remember that story? And everybody's like, what? Remember that?
I do.
Yeah. All right. So I guess Wink sat down with the mayor, and she had a few words to say about it that might interest you in this story. The former mayor is asking, can we get down to the bottom of this? Can we get, Mayor Barnett is like the former mayor. hey, we got to find out who said that. Because, again, it's the crazy part of the story, and we'll get into more detail coming up next hour, is in this story is a guy who made an accusation, filed it with the state. They're investigating. It seems like it's a he said, she said, and we're supposed to be led to believe she said it. She denies saying it, but it's pretty serious. That's about as serious a charge as you can make against anybody, period, full stop. So if the IT guy is telling the truth, this is a kind of big story. If the guy is not telling the truth, boy, there has to be consequences, right? Because you can't just do this. Unless, of course, this is sort of, and again, I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. It's like that hit and run politics where it's like you throw an accusation out, you stir it up enough that there's some kind of investigation. Maybe it's attached to something that's investigated, but it's not specifically this being investigated, but it's attached to something else to make it look really bad because you're really not a fan of this person and you're willing to go to this length to damage somebody's reputation. Like, why? Is it's because of politics? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's crazy. So we'll play some of the audio. I thought this story would just go away and we'd get to the bottom of it by now, but it's going to take a little bit. So, all right. It's, it is certainly a crazy story. All right. I know what isn't crazy is this moment in time. A lot of people look forward to this. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you were in a PhD. And why don't we do this right now? How would you like to play and win? I would love that. Caller number, you want to make it 5 or 9 today, Jake? Or pick a number, whatever number you want.
9.
Okay.
Looks like an alien.
Yeah, because 9 looks like an alien.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. I guess they both do.
I don't know what that was. See, this is how, well, I was going to say this is how millennials think, but I don't think, it's just Jake. Jake looks at the number 9 and thinks alien, so I like that number. There's a creep factor there that maybe we'll talk about another time. All right, caller number 9 at 239-479-5592. You'll play Drew's College. Up next, 4 questions on politics. We'll see what you got. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Therese O'Shea has it.
Good Wednesday morning. Only crash we got on the roads out there is on State Road 80 at Congan Drive. That's right between Alva and LaBelle on Palm Beach Boulevard. Otherwise, Palm Beach nice and clear. Heading closer into downtown Fort Myers. No problems crossing the bridges in and out of downtown. The Caloosahatchee and Edison running at about 2 minutes or so in each direction. Cape Coral and Midpoint bridges at about 3 or so minutes, but Midpoint definitely starting to get busier eastbound out there. I-75 picking up some volume closer to Corkscrew Road southbound and heading into Collier County, a little bit busier out there as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
If you're trying to get outside today, the earlier the better. We'll track areas of showers and storms again this afternoon. Otherwise, high temperatures peaking near 93 with lots of heat and humidity. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you? Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Summer is around the corner. Let me ask you, how great is it to go take a walk in 95-degree heat, 100% humidity, no rain, and your glasses on? Ever try playing sports with your glasses on in the summer? How about even just heading into the pool? It's annoying. It's terrible. Do yourself a favor. go get LASIK. I did. I did it with Dr. Jonathan France and his team, and honest to God, my life has been changed. It's amazing. I mean, imagine just waking up in the morning and not having to deal with looking at the alarm clock, fumbling for your glasses, playing sports, whatever it may be. LASIK is the way. Give Dr. France and his team a call today. Dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Again, ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Before the summer starts, get your LASIK today with Dr. France and his team. I did. It changed my life.
France Eye Care.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Alan in Bonita. Hello, Alan.
Good morning, Drew. How you doing?
I'm doing. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Alan, I need you to name the 2 senators from the great state of Florida right now. Can you name both of them?
Rick Scott and Marco Rubio.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a associate's degree. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Do you remember when George H.W. Bush was president of the United States? Maybe you do or not. I don't know if you were alive then or not. But in the 90s there, you had George H.W. Bush president, right? Remember George H.W. Bush?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Who was the vice president then?
Dan Quayle.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Who's the commander-in-chief of the military?
The president.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the Constitution. Federalist Papers. A lot of people should read the Federalist Papers. Can you name one of its 3 writers?
Nathan Hale.
Nope. That would be James Madison or Alexander Hamilton or John Jay. But that's all right. Listen, you did a great job here. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College. That was a tough one. There's no doubt. And every once in a while, you gotta throw that in. So sorry.
I should have known they're John Jay.
Yeah, sorry it had to be you.
No problem. Have a great day.
Hey, listen, Alan, thanks for what you do. What are you doing right now?
Actually, I'm headed to work at Lowe's in Fort Myers.
Awesome. All right. Well, we appreciate you, my friend. You have a great day there, okay?
Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.
All the best. There he goes. We appreciate you playing along as well. Drew's College, we do it each and every day at this time. We'll do a special Drew's College edition on Friday as we are going to be live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. That is at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee in Naples, 6 to 9. They open up an hour early so you can grab coffee and breakfast. It's always a lot of fun. We have a great crowd, and we love that you stop by. So we'll see you there on Friday. All right, coming up, in case you didn't hear, Ron DeSantis once again protecting girls and girls' sports, women's sports. How did he do that, and why is it, ticking off a couple of people? Well, more than a few. We'll get to that coming up and what he said yesterday. Also, what else do we have? Hey, it is interesting when you, thanks to the Freedom of Information Act, are allowed to find out more about Dr. Anthony Fauci's communications during the heart of the vid with certain individuals like Mark Zuckerberg and maybe U.S. researchers with ties to the Wuhan lab saying some things back and forth. Wait till you hear some of the things back and forth.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand-select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment, we've got you covered.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friend.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Another job for the vice president. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. She's already in charge of trying to stop so many immigrants from coming to the country. Now President Biden has VP Kamala Harris leading the Democrats' push to pass national voting rights legislation.
New voting laws enacted around the country are renewing pressure for Democrats to pass federal election reform.
This sacred right is under assault with incredible intensity like I've never seen.
But speaking at a commemoration of the Tulsa race massacre, President Biden noted his slim majorities in the House and Senate.
Effectively 4 votes in the House and a tie in the Senate, with 2 members of the Senate who vote more with my Republican friend.
It appeared to be a reference to Democratic Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, who have both signaled opposition to eliminating the 60-vote filibuster threshold. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The president meets this afternoon with West Virginia Senator Shelley Moore Capito. She's the Republican in charge of negotiating with the White House on infrastructure spending. West Virginia is the latest state to announce prize drawings for people getting vaccinated for coronavirus. More on the pandemic from Fox's Tanya J. Powers.
Starting today, Alaska is expanding eligibility for its COVID-19 vaccinations at airports to anyone 12 and up, including visitors from other states and countries. A new report from the CDC says the number of people who died of kidney disease during the early months of the pandemic increased by 7,000 to 10,000 more than normal. Moderna has started the process of asking the FDA for full authorization of its COVID vaccine. It's already okayed for emergency use. Globally, Melbourne, Australia's lockdown is being extended for a second week to help curb a growing cluster of infections. And Mexico is raising its COVID-19 death toll by more than 4,200 to 227,840.
The largest ship in Iran's navy has sunk in the Gulf of Oman after a fire. No word from Iran's government what caused it. It's reported the crew all got off safely. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. Only crash we got on the roads out there is on State Road 80 at Congan Drive. That's right between Alva and LaBelle on Palm Beach Boulevard. Otherwise, Palm Beach nice and clear. Heading closer into downtown Fort Myers. No problems crossing the bridges in and out of downtown. The Caloosahatchee and Edison running at about 2 minutes or so in each direction. Cape Coral and Midpoint bridges at about 3 or so minutes, but Midpoint definitely starting to get busier eastbound out there. I-75 picking up some volume closer to Corkscrew Road southbound and heading into Collier County, a little bit busier out there as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. If you haven't seen rain and storms the past few days, more opportunities later on today. Most of that activity falls toward the afternoon hours, and we could have heavy rain and lightning at times. Otherwise, temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Feels like numbers will be a little bit higher as we are tracking an increase in humidity today. More rain and storms on the way really over the next week and a half. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table. We do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and, when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available, and 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live at drewsteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's. Also on Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. The news just keeps coming. All these things keep dropping in my inbox. Australians are threatening now to boycott Snickers. You know why? Something that people didn't realize before, or how many of you read labels? Are you a label reader at all? Do you read labels? I know. You're a millennial. You don't read labels. Are you kidding?
I do. Actually. Mike had me read labels off the food I ate off of every morning last week. He made me go get some piece of food, and I would read the ingredients off the back, and then everyone had to guess.
Oh, this is Mike Opelka. So he had you read food ingredients, and then you had to guess what the food was?
Exactly. Well, no, I didn't. The listeners did, but it's funny you say that because, like, all weekend I was kind of like walking around the house, just picking stuff up, reading the ingredients.
Oh, well, good for you. See, so it was, again, this program brings some valuable lessons to a lot of the youths of America.
Did you say utes?
Yeah, 2 youths.
What is a ute?
All right. And now we come to find out something else. If you're a label reader, Australians now are threatening to boycott Snickers. Now, why would you do that? I mean, it's, as a matter of fact, what I'm told is Australia is where they make Snickers. The chocolate is made in Australia. Did you know that?
I did not.
I guess Australians knew that. But no longer, according to a TikTok video. TikTok does it. Telling you, TikTok's ruining the world.
Yeah.
TikTok videos have ruined young skulls. They're just ruining everything, anything and everything. Anything that's good and wholesome is just destroyed by TikTok. Yeah, so somebody made a TikTok video to show that it's no longer made in Australia. Would you like to guess where it's made? Take a wild guess right off the top of your noggin.
America.
Would you stop? Why would people be upset if a Snickers bar traditionally made in Australia would be made in America now? Give me a second choice. Let's go. Of all the countries on the planet that you might be upset to find out it's made in, say it.
China.
Yes, it's made in China. So they're like, wait a minute, the chocolate's from China? Yeah. So they're all upset because now they found out that their candy bar, their favorite chocolate bar is it's made now in China.
Whose favorite candy bar is the Snickers?
Australians. I don't know. They had to shift domestic production to China while its facility there in Victoria was going. They were upgrading the facilities. Nothing to worry about. We just temporarily moved it to China while we're upgrading our facilities here in Victoria in Australia in a specific area. But don't worry. Next year we'll let you know it's not made in China anymore. Where they put no longer made in China. Please buy our bar. See, but the problem is by that time, people will have a substitute. That's what ends up happening. You wonder how business works, how it operates. Why would anybody care when somebody says something derogatory, let's say, about a business? And then you come to find out that maybe it was like eco-terrorism. Maybe it was, somebody who, climate change and, the eco, what I'm talking about, the eco-terrorists, the ones that will do anything to make sure they save the planet and will go to any length to save the planet. And, certain oil pipelines, all of a sudden, the oil gets disrupted because the pipeline breaks. And then it's like, see, it's ruining the environment. Then you come to find out that these eco-terrorists were the ones that actually disrupted the pipeline so that it would leak, which is kind of ironic considering that they're trying to save the planet, but they're destroying portions of it in order to save it. It's a really weird thing. It's happened in the past. But anyway, the point is that after that, the damage is done. So now you have to figure out how you salvage that damage to your company, your reputation. Could be you personally. How do you salvage your reputation when you talk smack about somebody, and it's not just smack, like it's really bad stuff? Like in Naples, like the mayor of Naples. Something's going on here. I know that was a weird leap from Snickers bars made in China to the mayor of the city of Naples. Just follow me on this, everybody. Okay, it's a strange leap, but I had to go there. I mean, need like some kind of music in between. Hold on a second. 239-479-5592. Hey, did you hear the story? What's going on in Naples? So there was this ethics complaint that was filed against the Naples mayor, Teresa Heitman. Serious claims about the former mayor and the sheriff. A little more than serious. So you have an IT guy. If you haven't heard the story, we talked about it like a week and a half ago. And everybody was like shocked, like, what in the world? So an IT director named Brian Dye files an ethics complaint against the mayor, accusing the mayor of saying that former Mayor Barnett and Sheriff Kevin Rambosk were running a child prostitution ring out of the Naples airport. Now, either she said it or she didn't. And there's some more things in this complaint. But it's interesting that was added to it, and that's the thing that's coming out about all of these complaints that this IT guy had. It feels very strange that this person would add this to a complaint. It's really, really a serious charge. The mayor saying, never said it.
How anyone would put together the former mayor with the sheriff at the airport with child prostitution is unacceptable. I never said it, and it's shocking. How do you say something like that? Is shocking. I mean, did she say it or did she not say it? And then you have the former mayor, Barnett, who's like, we got to find out what's going on here.
Somebody is lying. And I want our city ethics commission, which was just formed and taxpayers spent a lot of money for it, I want them to take it up. And that was the whole purpose of today.
Yeah, now, if you take that up, the ethics committee should take this up to find out whether or not this did happen or not. And if it didn't, this IT person needs to be held accountable, right? Ultimately, if you come to find out that it was never said, then somebody has to pay in all of this. You can't just let this slide. And I'm just bringing it up because the story popped up again yesterday. Wink News did a story on it. According to Wink, that the Naples mayor is saying it was about her reputation. The reputation of the former mayor and the sheriff also at stake. I mean, this is serious stuff, and it goes back to what we talked about with the Snickers bar. I know this is it wasn't meant to be that way. It just happened. But ultimately, you have to do something now to save a reputation that could be damaged. And who would want to do that? And what would be the motivation? Either you said it or you didn't. If you claim that you didn't, and there's a complaint that's filed against you that right now has made it pretty far, this ethics complaint, that you look at it and say, is this politics? Like, what's at play here? Why would an IT guy say this, and then this complaint goes through, and then you have others say, well, we got to find out. We got to get to the truth, because, yeah, they're pretty outrageous statements. But that's how it works. I'm just saying, if it didn't happen this way, then this is how it works. And we all understand that. That now, somehow, with an election possibly around the corner, that an individual, if they never said this, is going to have to save a reputation because this is in the news. They're going to have to save that because there are people that are going to believe that, well, she probably did, even if she didn't. And, you have this ethics committee that's together, and they should investigate. How long that's going to be will be interesting to see, and what comes of it. But man, you hate to think that that's now we got local politics to it. It just seems very odd. But I'll follow this. I'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. It's very strange, no doubt. All right. I'm sorry about the whole Snickers connection there. It was just a story that popped. There's a lot of things that are popping. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, one of the things that's popping, as you can imagine, is, the Twitterverse, the blue checks are all mad at Ron DeSantis. How dare he do this, especially on the first day of June? How dare he sign this bill? Well, what did he sign? What's the thing that people are upset with when it comes to the first day of June? What's the significance, or if there's any? And we'll get to that. And it has to do with fairness in women's sports. Are you about there being fairness? Because he signed a bill protecting girls from competing against biological males. And maybe that's a conversation we all have to have. Yeah, we do. All right, let's do that next. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Right now, we're keeping an eye on a disabled vehicle at Colonial Boulevard and Winkler Avenue in Fort Myers, causing some slight delays southbound at the intersection. Colonial very busy between I-75 and State Road 82, heading in and out of Lehigh and Buckingham. State Road 82 itself looking clear right now across the area. No major problems up and down I-75 and US 41. Collier County and Charlotte County both crash and incident-free. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea, Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
If you're trying to get outside today, the earlier the better. We'll track areas of showers and storms again this afternoon. Otherwise, high temperatures peaking near 93 with lots of heat and humidity. I'm Wake News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. You know the real estate market's really hot right now, but for how long? Well, nobody really knows. I mean, if people don't catch up on their mortgage payments because of COVID, the market's going to get flooded with foreclosure inventory, and that's scary because your home's value could plummet. So if you thought about selling your home for a premium price, now's the time to do it. But you don't want to make any costly mistakes. That's why you need to get with Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. See, he's been buying, selling, brokering, and investing in real estate for over 20 years. Mistakes in real estate can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Anthony wrote a book on how to sell homes, your home, and for the most money. And he wants to ship it to you for free. Just go to GomesMovesHomes.com and tell him where you want to send it. Inside, you'll gain 20 years of secrets from wealthy home sellers on how you can sell for a premium price without doing repairs, letting strangers go through your home, and you could pick the closing date. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. Again, GomesMovesHomes.com.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear. Taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around your middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At Neogenics, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to Neogenics and take the first step to feeling great again. Call Neogenics for a free consultation at 277-9999 or find us online at neogenicmd.com. That's 277-9999. Neogenics, rediscover your youth.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592. You ready to call? Want to hear from you about this topic? The governor, Ron DeSantis, yesterday.
I can tell you this, in Florida, girls are going to play girls' sports and boys are going to play boys' sports. That's what we're doing, and we're going to make sure that that's the reality.
And with that, the governor signed now into law, kicking off the start of Pride Month. Oh, boy. Signs this bill into law, the Fairness in Women's Sports Act that protects female athletes from having to compete against biological males. And I'm just asking you, if you want to call right now and have this discussion, I would love to do that right now. Do you agree with this? What are your thoughts? I don't know what happens when it comes to Equality Florida and some of what we were talking about for the past few weeks about, for example, the school district, Lee County schools, and the posters that were put up about making sure you use the proper pronouns and transgenders using the restroom, the bathroom of their choice, and about transgenders in sports in Lee County. And, that discussion, I'm wondering how this is going to go, understanding that there is going to be lawsuits. They're going to be happening. They're already preparing and up and running. I guess one right out of the gate is from the Human Rights Commission that says, on the first day of Pride, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed into law a bill banning trans kids in the state from playing sports. No, I don't think it's banning sports, playing sports. It's about biological males playing against females. That's what it is. If they want to compete, they can compete to their biological, either male or female. You go ahead and compete. Biological males can compete in male sports. And nobody's saying that they can't, but that's what's going to be brought up. We'll be filing a lawsuit to block this arbitrary, discriminatory ban. Hashtag let kids play. So didn't take long. That was going to happen. A couple of things about this as well, signing off on this. One of them that is kind of a big deal is that, well, number one, the Democrats fought hard against this. They're going to use this now as something that will run right into the 2022 election season. The bill was effectively killed in the legislature. It was brought back at the last minute as an amendment. A key point about this is that apparently it's retroactive, meaning that trans girls and women currently on sports teams will have to be kicked off this upcoming school year. And that the NCAA threatened to cancel events in states that pass laws like this, and that the organization had its eyes on Florida, everybody. All of them, every eye on the state of Florida. And the governor's like, hey, guess what? We're not going to be bullied.
When this was going on, you heard different things being said about, some of these corporations get all spun up. Some of these organizations say they're not going to hold events if you do this. And just let me say very clearly, in Florida, we're going to do what's right. We'll stand up to corporations. They are not going to dictate the policies in this state. We will stand up to groups like the NCAA who think that they should be able to dictate the policies in different states. Not here, not ever.
Yeah, the NCAA is saying we may pull all of our events in the state of Florida. Okay. All right. Because of this, okay. There are plenty of people who want to do business in the state. There are plenty of people who want to live in the state. There are plenty of people who want to be here in the state. Well, it's like that commercial. Go ahead and keep eating the potato chips. We'll make more. Okay. You can leave. We'll find others. And good for the governor for standing up. I can't see the name of the person that's calling from Bonita. What is that? What's that name? What you spelled? Oh, okay. It's Brian. I don't know. It says Enrian. Okay, Brian and Bonita. It's just Jake spelled it wrong.
Hey, Drew. How's it going? I listen every morning. Thank you so much for everything you do. You too, Jake. What I wanted to say was that it was so amazing to see yesterday what Governor DeSantis did. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and I think it's just absolutely awful that an opportunity would be taken away from a little girl who will someday be a lady or a woman, and for a man to take that position from them based on their physical attributes. We could go into the whole dissertation as,
Yeah.
often.
No, I understand.
And it's awful. So I'm very happy to see that because my daughter plays sports. She lives in Jacksonville. And the other thing was that I saw on Instagram yesterday, I don't know if this is true. It's just something that I saw. But there are some places in California where they're letting trans male go to women's facilities.
Don't know.
What about women protecting women? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that part of the story. But listen, Brian, thanks for the call. I do appreciate it. Yeah, again, number one, you're not going to be bullied. The governor, and listen, if the governor is going to run for president, this is going to be something that he's going to have to do at a federal level, and we'll see if it happens. But you can't be bullied by corporations, by individuals, by groups saying that if you don't do this, then, well, it's not going to happen. Number one. Number two, we're not going to let you bully us. Number two, the fact that, just like Brian said, that there are scholarships, there are opportunities that will be taken away from women if biological males are going to be playing in women's sports. It's going to happen. And, look, we're going to have to look at this issue, and we're going to find out where the courts stand on it because it's not going away on either side. It's just not. Maybe we'll talk more about this coming up. Because a lot of people are calling. First, top 5 audio clips of the day on the way, and then we will have your calls coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Before buttons, things were much harder, like starting an outboard motor.
Come on.
Or even treating sleep apnea. If you've tried CPAP but struggle to get a good night's sleep, relief can be as easy as a button with Inspire.
Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit inspiresleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
You've worked hard in life and created substantial wealth, but isn't your legacy about more than money? At FindMark, we ask our clients, how will you prepare the next generation? Will they inherit your values along with your wealth? Having a plan is essential. FindMark can help. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at findmarkbank.com.
It's really a good feeling to know that when it comes to your house and all the water that is in every faucet, every place in your home, that you don't have to worry about the water smelling like chlorine or messing up your shower glass, your faucets, right, with that hard water staining, the drying out of your skin and your hair. Just imagine what that would be like. You don't have to imagine it. You can just do it. You call the Uniform Pentair water specialist. They can find out what's going on with your water and handle your city or well water issues. Yours, right here in Southwest Florida. With their mobile showroom, you can see for yourself that Pentair has both high-performance salt systems and salt-free solutions too, and salt-free means no lugging in bags of salt for you, and that they can install that Pentair water system for you as well. You're gonna love the way your water tastes from every faucet and the peace of mind that only a Pentair water system can give you. So call now and get your free digital Pentair water test. Save 15% on your whole home water system by calling 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799, or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
World's largest meat processing company expects to be getting back to work today after disruptions from a cyber attack, much like the one which hit a major oil pipeline weeks ago.
JBS's shutdown yesterday impacted all 9 beef plants located in 8 states, which accounts for about a quarter of all U.S. beef. Now, they employ 66,000 American workers across 84 U.S.-based locations, and it's prompting concerns of a possible meat shortage. USDA reported production declines on Tuesday, showing beef down 22%, pork down 19.5%.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. And the worker shortage crisis deepening, according to a warning from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, which reports there was a record 8.1 million job openings in March. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Right now, we're keeping an eye on a disabled vehicle at Colonial Boulevard and Winkler Avenue in Fort Myers, causing some slight delays southbound at the intersection. Colonial very busy between I-75 and State Road 82, heading in and out of Lehigh and Buckingham. State Road 82 itself looking clear right now across the area. No major problems up and down I-75 and US 41. Collier County and Charlotte County both crash and incident-free. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. If you haven't seen rain and storms the past few days, more opportunities later on today. Most of that activity falls toward the afternoon hours, and we could have heavy rain and lightning at times. Otherwise, temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Feels like numbers will be a little bit higher as we are tracking an increase in humidity today. More rain and storms on the way really over the next week and a half. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
It's not the Republican Party versus the Democrat Party.
Talking about what matters.
It's the Republican Party versus an organized crime syndicate.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes sports page. Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment, we've got you covered.
Tee up and swing into summer at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Experience excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, and low summer rates. Play 18 holes with cart for just $35 before noon, $30 after noon, or play any day after 2 p.m. for only $25 all summer long. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Anytime you want to watch, we do appreciate that. We're going to get back to our discussion in just a minute. Anytime you want to comment, we would love to hear from you. All right, are we ready to do this? I'm just checking real fast as I'm looking through. Okay, yeah, so... Before we get to the top 5 audio clips, I did want to remind everybody, Oaks Farm Seed to Table on Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. We do it once again. We will be broadcasting live our first Fridays of the month. We love being out there. If you've never been to Oaks Farm Seed to Table, it's an incredible, amazing experience, and I cannot wait to be there. I might even bring up my parents are coming into town. Finally, after a year and a half, I'm getting to the chance to see them, and I'm beyond excited. I can't even tell you talk about shutting everything down this weekend. It's like, I just want to hang out with them and love on them and just be with them. Like, nothing else exists this weekend. So it's going to be awesome because it's been way, way, way too long. And maybe I'll bring the family. Oh, gosh. Do I want to bring my mom and dad? Oh, man. Just because they'll sit in the micro. They'll sit in front of the microphone.
You're gonna have to bring more mics.
Yeah, that's it. It'll be over. I can just see my mom now. She's like, I can't believe how fresh the fruits and vegetables here may be the freshest I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a lot. She gets mad. She's listening now.
Maybe she'll move down here.
We can only hope. That would be incredible. All right, enough of me. It's all about you. Top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
The current was so strong that my sister, she usually hangs out at the back of the boat, and she let go. So I let go of the boat, and I grabbed her, and then I was stuck.
I told them both I loved them because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I tried to stick with her as long as I could. I wore myself out, and she drifted away from me. We're here. By the grace of God, we're here.
A 7-year-old boy swam an hour to shore to get help, saving his sister and father after they got stuck in a strong current in the St. Johns River in Florida. Did you hear about that? That was Chase Poust and his dad talking about the ordeal. Can you imagine swimming an hour as a 7-year-old to make it to shore to get help? Just one of those incredible stories.
Number 4.
I challenge you. Find today, when you turn on the stations, sit on one station for 2 hours, and I don't know how many commercials you'll see. Lay 8 to 5. 2 to 3 out of 5 have mixed-race couples in them. That's not by accident. They're selling soap, man. Not a joke.
So in Tulsa yesterday, the president of the United States making some comments on the 100-year anniversary of that massacre in Tulsa 100 years ago. The horrible situation there in the Greenwood section that took place, and brought up mixed-race couples and soap, to which people were like, you're the president, right? What?
Number 3.
How anyone would put together the former mayor with the sheriff at the airport with child prostitution is unacceptable. I never said it, and it's shocking.
That was a Wink News story about the mayor, Teresa Heitman in Naples, who was saying she didn't do this. She never said it. She's claiming that she never said that the former mayor Barnett and Sheriff Kevin Rambosk are running a child prostitution ring out of the Naples airport. It's so bizarre, but she said, I never said it. It's an outrageous thing. Everybody wants to get to the bottom of it. I'm keeping an eye on this story because I want to get to the bottom of it, because I'd really love to know what in the world is going on in Naples. What is this story? Like, what is happening here?
Number 2.
I'm Nikki Fried, and I'm here to break the rigged system in Florida. It's corrupt, it's anti-democratic, and it's time for something new.
Oh! We've been waiting for so long, everybody. Isn't this exciting that Nikki Fried is running for the governorship of the state of Florida, and it's about time she did it. She wants to break the system wide open. That's right. This how did she put it? She put it as, what is it? She wants to run something new. She wants to fight the rigged system. You mean the rigged system of you having financial interests in a marijuana company while making decisions related to the marijuana industry that we came to find out in the 2019 financial report, and interest in that company, and how even people like the Tampa Bay Times were reporting on it and asked about it, and she was like, no detail, sorry. You mean breaking that kind of stuff? I know it's I don't really know. Marijuana.
Number 1.
I can tell you this, in Florida, girls are going to play girls' sports and boys are going to play boys' sports. That's what we're doing. and we're going to make sure that that's the reality.
And with that, the governor yesterday signed a bill that will protect girls from competing against biological males on the first day of Pride Month. How about that?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
That's how evil the governor is. He did this on the first day of Pride Month. That was the impetus behind all of this. He wanted to get in our face. And is that right? Is that really, that was the, well, that, that is a part of what you're going to hear. And, I wonder what you think. 239-479-5592. Did he do the right thing? Is that the right thing? The Fairness in Women's Sports Act that protects female athletes from having to compete against biological males. Well, there's not a lot of that going on, Drew, in the state, and I don't know why the governor would do this. It's all about politics. Well, that's interesting that people say that, because what we're supposed to do is we're just supposed to sit around, and instead of being proactive, we're supposed to be reactive as human beings, right? We're supposed to sit around and just wait for the house burns down, burns to the ground, everybody gets out of the house safe, and then you're like, do I go get insurance for the house now? I can do that now, right? Yeah, I don't know who lives like that. I'm just wondering. So maybe you have some thoughts on this. 239-479-5592. Kelly's in Sarasota and wanted to comment on some of what Joe Biden said yesterday in Tulsa. Hi, Kelly.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, I love your show. Listen to it as much as I can. We're hearing all about this racism stuff. And then the 100 years ago thing came up about Tulsa, which is awful. It was a criminal act, and I condemn it, just like I would condemn any criminal act. But why are we not hearing about the, while we're on the bit of racism, why are we not hearing about the Japanese internment during World War II? When, who was it, Franklin Delano Roosevelt?
Mm-hmm.
He was a Democrat, by the way.
Yes, sir.
And the government just took hundreds of thousands of Japanese people and put them into internment camps, took their businesses away.
Yes, they did.
They got nothing back. But do I hear any of Japanese people complaining about racism?
No. I know. And
it's
yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, and it was
the government.
Yeah. Listen, and you bring up a very important point, and thanks for the call there, Kelly, in Sarasota. I appreciate it. And a very important point, which is that there are things in our history about this country and that have happened in this country that it's okay to talk about. There's a difference between talking about our history, being open about our history, being open about who we were, certain people, individuals, groups, even some things that happened with Democrats, the Ku Klux Klan. We can talk about Democrats in the South. We can openly talk about issues of Supreme Court decisions that were awful decisions. There's a lot of things that we can talk about. There's a big difference between talking about these things openly, recognizing it, and as a society and as a country moving forward and getting better past it, and looking back and going back to those times in order to continue to perpetrate something or to do what? What is Joe Biden being in Tulsa yesterday was about what? Was it about bringing the country together? Is that what it was about? I didn't hear anything about bringing a country together. There was a lot of the things that we need to do to make things right, what he would like to see to make things right, but nothing to make relations better. When the president of the United States says,
the view that America is a zero-sum game where there's only one winner. If you succeed, I fail. If you get ahead, I fall behind. If you get a job, I lose mine. And maybe worst of all, if I hold you down, I lift myself up.
That's not America. That's not who we are. That's not what we think. But he talks about it as if that's who we are and have always been. And it's not. That's not who we are, and it's not who we've always been. As individuals, we've been quite different. Some people may believe that, but that's not the broad brush stroke majority of Americans. But yet that's the president telling a group in Tulsa that that's who we are. It's not. You don't speak for me. That's not who I am, and that's not what I believe. And I know a lot of you don't either. All right, let's go to some more calls. Let's see. Josh is in Cape Coral. He wanted to weigh in on the biological males playing in girls' sports and what the governor signed yesterday. Go ahead.
I was just curious if you had heard the story about the trans person that was a biological female that entered the male sports and dominated and took away their scholarships.
No, I haven't. Tell me more.
No, I was curious if you've heard a story like that, because to my knowledge, it's the women that are, my daughters and anybody else that would be at risk. So
yeah,
if there is a story out there, I haven't heard it. It's my daughters, everybody else's daughters, and the women that, you would think would be at risk of having their scholarships taken away and everything else for the sake of women's rights and everything else.
Yeah. Well, Josh,
why doesn't that story exist?
Well, here's this is the ugly truth. And I'm just going to say it. You're being asked to deny biology. That's what it is. You, me, everyone. We're all being told. We're not being asked. We're being told to deny biology. You can't.
And my daughters are being told to call people they, them, and confusing my children, is not okay with me. And I think you might have been playing something on the radio yesterday about, what they're teaching kids in first grade and different things in the school system. Like, it's beyond upsetting as a parent.
Yeah, well,
say, my child has to say this or do that or accept this.
And it's why critical race theory, and thanks for the call, Josh, I appreciate it. It's so important that we recognize what is being done to our kids, and that there's, I don't know how else to explain this. I'm not going to deny biology, but I'm not going to hate you for making the choice in your life that you make. I know that's a hard thing for some people to grasp, but I can do it. I do it all the time. I don't agree with your lifestyle, but it doesn't mean I hate you or I'm going to do something negative against you. I can separate the two. The problem is that you're telling me that I can't, and you're also telling me that I must not, or else. And I don't live that way. All right, Connie's in Naples. Hey, Connie.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
I saw an interview with Caitlyn Jenner, and she agrees with Governor Ron DeSantis. So I'm, that's my opinion. I don't know a lot about it, but if Caitlyn Jenner can say that this is unfair, I'm sure, an ex-Olympian would know better.
Yeah. No. And I heard about that as well. And thanks for the call. That is one point there. Eric in Naples wanted to weigh in on this as well.
Like about 2 months ago, Kristi Noem was addressing this problem on Fox News.
Yeah.
And what she said that the way she was going to solve this was she was going to get a bunch of states together, particularly focusing on the southern states, that they would just form their own version of the NCAA. And if the NCAA is gonna sue them, then we just won't even be part of it anymore. She was talking about Texas, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and states like I guess she's North Dakota, right? So, that'll be that. No more NCAA.
Yeah.
What good are they?
Yeah, and it's sad that it's come down to this, because the point you make is valid in that this is the discussion right now that we're all having, Eric, which is it's a shame that we are quickly seeing two Americas. It's a shame that we are seeing each one of us dividing and separating into this and that, this group, this NCAA or a new NCAA, for example. And thanks for the call. I appreciate it. We would just like to all be united And when we have such a dividing force like the left in this country, that's their goal, that's how they win, is by dividing. You think racism and the talk of racism and systemic racism and all the things, CRT, you think that's going to go away just because enough of us disagree and we're going to push back against it? Do you think that if we even pushed against it in the school districts here in Lee County, Collier County, Glade, Charlotte, Hendry, do you think that if enough of us push against it, that you think that the teachers' unions or the school board members who wholeheartedly agree with it, or the principals in some schools that want to force it down people's throats, whether they want it or not, do you think that they're just going to say, well, there's too many people that disagree, I guess I'll just stop? This is their ideology. This is what they wholeheartedly believe. It's not going to. And especially when they think that there is a larger group of people who agree with that than there are on the other side, which there is not. And when they are given voice, and a loud voice, by a media that's willing to give it to them, then they run with it. But I did hear, and you probably heard the father-daughter duo that talked about critical race theory, and it's a minute long, and this is how we'll end the show, Jake, so you know it's coming. A father-daughter duo who in less than a minute have been able to articulate what many people have been understanding, and they know, and to try to articulate this to others. It's one of the best videos that you'll watch, one of the best videos that you will hear, and explanations of how awful critical race theory is and fundamentally what it means. And before I play this, let me just suggest that if there are people that you know that believe that this should be the future, that critical race theory should be taught, everything should be taught, looked at critically through the eyes of race, and how one race is bad, and that this is a benefit to our kids, that somehow this is what we should be teaching. You should question why you have your child in that school, why that person is a principal, why that person is on a school board. And just listen to this explanation.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, yellow, right?
Black.
And how we treat people is based on who they are and not what color they are.
And if they're nice and smart.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that. Not with my children. It's not gonna happen. My baby's gonna know that no matter what she wants to be in life, all she has to do is work hard, and she can become that.
Work hard, even though you don't know anyone. You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT, period, point blank. Children do not see skin color, man. They love everybody. If they're good people, they love them.
We pray for people that are hurt.
Wow, that's pretty powerful stuff. I'll leave you with that. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right? All along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism.